Welcome back to Battle Cage. My name is Saif, and this is the UFC 300 Pereira versus Hill full card prediction and picks. As always, I'm co-hosting with my little bro, my pain in the ass, little ass bro, Serge. What's Gucci? What's Gucci?
What's Gucci? What's
How
big
you
bro? I'm
been?
finally here.
Probably a
I'm
long
good.
ass day.
I'm
Long
good.
ass day, I can see.
Long day indeed. Long day indeed. But never too long to break down a beautiful, beautiful card such as this. We've both been waiting for it a long time, and it's finally here.
All
So
right. So without
let's
further
break this
ado,
down.
let's get this. UFC 300 is headlined by Pereira versus Hill. And I know in the beginning, a lot of people were a little bit disappointed. I don't know what the hell they were targeting. Maybe they were targeting Islam versus Leon Edwards, or they wanted to put McGregor somewhere or whatever. But let me tell you something. This is a phenomenal headliner, light heavyweight showdown for the undisputed light heavyweight title. You have Pereira, who just beat Yuri Prohaska not too long ago, and he's defending his title, whereas Jamal Hill, who had to relinquish his title, is kind of trying to get his title back. So, good story. I like the headline. I think it's going to be fireworks. It's going to be a great fight, and I'm pretty much waiting for it. So that's my intake on the main event. What about you?
Yeah. I'll be honest. I am guilty. I was, part of the group that was not excited for this card at first. Because I did want something bigger. I wanted McGregor or somebody like a bigger name, right? But the more I dived into the fight and their history and how they got to where they are, I'm actually looking forward to this. This should be a banger. Little sneak peek. I don't think this is going to a distance, but we'll talk about that when we get there. It should be a banger. It's a very good card overall, honestly, even including
From
the main
top to
event.
bottom, it is fully stacked, and this is one card you do not want to miss. I will most likely going to be doing a live stream on it. I'm going to have um, probably some party favors over here. I'm getting blasted watching it. But I think it's going to
Why
be a good.
not?
I think
Why
it's going to
not?
be a good card. And let's break this down. You know what I'm saying? All right, we have the very first fight: Davison Figueroa taking on Cody No Love Garbrandt, aka No Chin Garbrandt. As some of us know this, 5'5" for Davison Figueroa. He moved up to the bantamweight. Um, Looked good against Rob Font. This is his second outing, and it's against Cody Garbrandt, former champion. I'd like to add. 36 years of age, 68 reach. So shorter in stature, but longer reach. Um, Significant strikes landed per minute. They're pretty much identical. The accuracy a bit higher for Figueroa. Nothing that jumps out of like, ooh, takedown average, I'm gonna say pretty much negligible, and the submission average 1.65, slightly favoring Figueiredo. If I can just jump to over here in the grappling department, you have, like I said, 1.65 takedown average. You know, Cody is Cody's 1.1 takedown accuracy 44 to 34% respectfully. One thing that I'd like to highlight for everybody is the takedown defense for Cody Garbrandt, 80%. So the man is not, it's not a fish out of water. The man is a fully um, well-rounded MMA practitioner. So if you think that Davison Figueiredo is going to come here, rinse and repeat what he did to Rob Font, I'm a little bit hesitant here. If you look at the current odds, Figueiredo has swelled up to a minus 310. I'm a little concerned about that line. I'm not very confident with that. Plus 250 on Cody Garbrandt. It is the very first fight of the night. My rule, and I've been very very consistent so far, although I've lied to myself in the past, but I'd like to stay consistent. Ever since I got burned, I made a promise to myself and to you all. First fight, I probably don't want to take action, but if I did, I have to tell you, I am liking Cody Garbrandt as an underdog play in the opening card right away because he's a good striker. He's not a fish out of water with the wrestling. And the only real path that I see for Figueroa is for Figueroa to knock him out and hurt Cody Garbrandt. Other than that, if they're gonna stand and strike and Cody's chin holds up, he's gonna give Figueroa a lot of problems. If Moreno was able to bust him up, you think Cody's not gonna do it? So yeah, my camera stopped for a second. I don't know why. I don't know. I think it's when I go like this, a little bubble like.
Oh, yeah, I see that. Oh, that's funny. I thought it was a glitch, but okay, so you
Yeah,
actually
I
did
don't know why
that.
that is. So I gotta be careful where this glitch
Wait,
is.
wait. So this first fight of the rip, you going with an underdog?
I'm gonna go with the underdog Cody Garbrandt and confidence level about 50-50 because the
Right.
recurring theme that you're gonna see in this card is that every single matchup, there's no debuting fighters. These are well documented fighters. We know them. We absolutely know them. There are 12 former champs, and some of these former champs are underdogs. So you're gonna give me a former champ as an underdog and tell me that there's no way in hell the dog can bark. I see a potential for a lot of dogs here. And like I said, rule is don't bet the first fight, but if you have to, if you want to, if I was gonna do it, Cody Garbrandt would have been the play because as long as his chin holds
Mm.
up, I think his wrestling is gonna be there. I think his striking is gonna match Figueroa. He's gonna be slightly bigger, and I think he moves a lot more fluid than Figueroa. Figueroa has that stiff stance, you know what I'm saying, and his hands are usually wide open like this. And if he thinks he can hold it if like this, Cody's gonna pounce him up the entire fight. So perhaps a unanimous decision for Cody Garbrandt.
Wow. Great call. Great call. Can't fault you on this one. So I've been going back and forth. I mean, really going back and forth. It was very hard for me to choose a fighter, just because I love Figgy. I love Figgy. I love how he moved up to 135. He looks amazing at bantamweight. Including his last fight. Um, so yeah, it. But here's the he implemented wrestling, right? And you pointed out just right now that Garbrandt has 80% takedown defense. That is elite, right? So I believe this fight is going to be primarily a striking match, right? Considering the fact if Figgy cannot take Cody down, it's going to be a striking match. And on the feet, Cody is faster. I love his speed. I love his footwork. But Figgy is the more dangerous fighter in here. And I think that's where I'm more leaning towards is the Figgy side, because as you pointed out, and I've seen it also. It's Garbrandt. I don't want to buy into the fact that his chin left him, but I believe that his chin left him. So if I believe that his chin left him, it comes down to the durability aspect of it, right? Which means how long can Garbrandt last until getting clipped, right? And what happens if he does get hit, right? Will he go down? I don't know. Most likely. That's what I think. He has to fight a perfect fight for 3 rounds to go to a decision. If he goes to a decision, I believe he got it. But can he last to a decision? I sh- I don't think he will. I think Figgy at some point is going to find that shot and he's going to KO him. Sadly, and I actually do like Garbrandt, but I don't think his chin will hold up in this fight. So I'm going Figgy by KO, most likely in round 2 or 3. That's my
Okay.
prediction.
Okay. Let's move forward. Up next, we have a beautiful fight between Bobby Green taking on um, Jim fucking Miller in his retirement fight. He is the only fighter on this card to have. He is the only fighter to have fought UFC 100, UFC 200, and finally UFC 300. He is going to be announced as Jim fucking Miller, I hope, and it's going to be a great, great moment. So I think this is a good fight. Stylistically, Bobby Green, we already know him. He has that, hands down in your face. I'm going to punch you. I'm going to showboat a little bit. Nice striking style. Their reach is pretty much the same, a little bit taller for Bobby, 5'10" to 5'8", a bit younger, 37, but he's coming off a brutal knockout by Jalen Turner, where the fight should have been stopped, but it didn't, and Jalen just kept just violating Bobby. I don't know why. I think the ref was mad because he had money on Grand Dawson in, and Bobby won. So it was just payback at that moment. I don't know what it was. Significant strike landed per minute, 6.14 to 2.96. That's pretty much it. If you look at the theme that, Jim Miller is gonna get Bobby down, I want to show you guys something. Look at the takedown defense for Bobby Green, and that's 74%. So he's a well-rounded mixed martial artist. He has what it takes, 74% to stop Jim Miller. At the current odds, plus 150 for Jim Miller, minus 180 for Bobby Green. I'm not hating those odds. I'm pretty much in sync with those odds. If I had to price the line and do it myself, this is where I'm probably going to do it. You have to consider that Bobby's a good striker, has the wrestling pedigree. That's exactly what I just mentioned. I think he can weather the storm, and as long as he doesn't get, I don't see Jim Miller really knocking him out. But again, I don't know, because once a fighter gets knocked out brutally, his subsequent fights are always sketchy. I think I'm gonna follow my rule, and I will not. Although I broke my rule in my last outing, right? I bet the retiring fighter, but in either case, I'm gonna I'm gonna hold truth to this one. I'm just gonna enjoy this fight for what it is. My pick is gonna be Bobby Green, but I'm not gonna be playing Bobby Green, or nor am I gonna be playing Jim Miller. One fight that I'm actually just gonna just watch. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna watch. That's it. I think it's a good fight. Stylistically, it's matched well. Striker versus grappler slash. Although Jim Miller can crack, so that's something to remember. But 40 years of age, 40 years young. Jim Miller has done it all, seen it all, and I think this is it. I hope he wins for his sake, but if I have to make a pick, I'm going
Goodbye,
with Bobby.
Miller, right?
Yeah, I'm going with Bobby for this one. What about you?
Yeah, great pick. I mean, I'll be honest. I have no action on this fight just because I just want to enjoy this. This
Yeah,
is this is gonna be a very good fight. Just from entertainment perspective. Miller. Wow, what a veteran. Honestly, I mean, he's been through it all at this point. I low key, I actually want him to win. Just because it is his last fight, I want him to go out with a dub. But I do think Green is going to win. His hands down style seems to be working for him. He's very quick. He's a good striker. Um, it's just that Jalen Turner, KO was so brutal. I don't know if it changed something in Bobby, and that's what I'm worried about. It's just that's why I can't back him up on a bet, because I just don't know if that durability left him also. If his chin left him. So I don't want to question it yet. So that's why I can't bet him. But I do think he has an edge if it stands on the feet. I in terms of striking, I mean I edge him, so I think he's going to get it done via decision, or I mean I was thinking of KO, but most likely not a KO. It's probably going to be a decision if it goes down there. But yeah, I mean it should be a great fight. It should be a great fight. Just enjoy it from an entertainment perspective. Don't no betting.
yeah, I agree.
But if you ask me, it's a coin flip. It's a 50-50. I don't the odds don't really make that much of a sense. I mean they really priced Bobby Green highly, especially after his KO. Coming off the KO like that. I mean I don't know, but it should be a coin flip if you are betting.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. Let's move forward. Up next, we have Jessica Andrade taking on Marina Rodriguez. The tail of the tape, 5'1" to 5'6", extremely undersized. Reach, 3-inch disadvantage to Marina Rodriguez. She's going to be 4 years younger, 32 to 36. Significant strikes landed per minute is going to favor Jessica Andrade, 6.67 to 4.77. The accuracy is pretty much the same. Takedown accuracy a bit higher for Jessica Andrade, and the average is also going to favor Jessica Andrade. But with that being said, if I may hover over to UFC.com, if you look at the winning percentage, it's only 32% for Jessica Andrade. Marina Rodriguez is not known for it, but she's a decision machine, which I like in this fight. 56%, and her grappling 66% takedown defense. Not bad for female, predominantly striking practitioner. The takedown accuracy 54% for Jessica Andrade. Is it enough to impose her will here? Because she is going to be extremely undersized, and to close the gap against Marina Rodriguez, it's going to be difficult. She got recently absolutely flatlined when she fought a slightly bigger girl, and that was Yang Jianan. And one straight had Jessica Andrade fall down like a sack of potatoes. And we watched it live in New Jersey. So it was crazy. So we were actually there when she got knocked out by Jessica Andrade. And do you remember there was a guy in the audience going absolutely bananas for Young Janan? He was the only one
Because I
screaming.
think he was the only one that bet her. That's why. Like, I think everybody had
He
Andrade.
he probably was the only one betting Jessica Andrade at plus whatever, and he was going bananas for Yang Jianan. So yeah, it's actually interesting to see who he's picking against Yang Jianan versus Weili Zhang. Something we're gonna get in
Mm.
a bit later. But my take is, if Jessica Andrade doesn't close the gap early, Marina Rodriguez is just gonna pinpoint and just out volume Jessica as the fight goes on. I think I see a unanimous decision victory for Marina Rodriguez. She's not really known like to knock people out. Like I said, she is a decision machine. She got a decision win against Mackenzie Dern, and that was a potential fighter that she could have finished. She got a split against Yao Jianan in a nice fight, by the way, where I bet Marina Rodriguez, and she just knocked out Michelle Waterson, where that's probably her, like, her famous knockout. Because, but again, Michelle Waterson, I don't think highly of her at this point. But yeah, can she knock out Jessica Andrade? Possibly. You know what I'm saying? Will she? I don't know. Jessica Andrade did have some turbulence. She lost to Erin Blanchfield, where she completely looked like fish out of water. Because I don't know, if that's one fight that kind of swayed people's public perception on Erin Blanchfield. She got knocked out by Yang Jinan, like I mentioned. She got choked out by Tatiana Suarez, no surprise. And she just finally got a win against Mackenzie Dern. She knocked her out. So yeah, my pick is gonna be the dog. I believe she's still a dog. Marina Rodriguez, the current odds have her a plus 114. Jessica Andrade is minus 135. And the longer the fight goes, um the more room for error that Jessica Andrade is going to allow. I see Marina Rodriguez winning, and if I see her winning, win by decision at plus 215, which will be, you know, a sweet call. So prop win by decision or the money line, they're both plus money. So take it how you want it.
Do you have the DraftKings open right now?
I don't, but I could open it.
Okay. Now I'm just curious. What is Marina Rodriguez on KO?
Marina. Oh no, we have that here. Marina Rodriguez by KO is plus 500.
Wow, I like that.
Mhm.
Wow, that is so juicy, so tempting. So I mean, you could tell I'm on the side of Marina Rodriguez. I think she's going to win. That, as you mentioned, the height difference is gonna come into an effect, so that's gonna be beautiful. She's a great striker. So you see how you see 6.67 significant shots landed per minute. That's because she bomb rushes and she throws just a lot of punches all in one. So that's why it's high, you know. But in terms of significant strike accuracy, it's almost the same. But the more damage of the shots should be coming from Marina Rodriguez. It's just it comes to a question: can Andrade make it dirty, and can she bring this fight to the ground? If she cannot bring this fight to the ground, she's going to lose a striking match. That's what it comes down to. And I don't believe that she's gonna take this fight to the ground. She has the capability of it. She's strong. We've seen her pick up chicks and just slam them, right? So we know she has the strength, but she doesn't always implement that game plan, right? And lately she's been on a decline. So it's hard for me to back up.
When you say pick up chicks, I think it was just one.
Was it just
Rose.
one?
I think it was just Rose. We gotta stop it. We gotta stop it.
Oh, that was Rose she picked up like that. All right, whatever. But we know she's capable of just power picking up and power slamming somebody, right? She's strong. She's a little pit bull. But regardless, I don't think she will be able to implement that in this fight. The height difference is gonna come into a huge effect. Especially when they're gonna be at the face off. I can see Marina Rodriguez just overshadowing Andrade, and she's gonna pick her shots and what I was gonna say. Honestly, I blanked out for a second. Not pick her shots, but she's gonna manage the distance very well in terms of her striking, and she's gonna get the better of it. So that's why I was looking at the knockout prop, because I mean, Andrade can get knocked out at this point. I don't know. Her chin is also very very questionable after the loss to Yan Janan, and she ran into her, right. It wasn't even like a full like blown like power punch that she got laid out. So I don't know. I question that chin at this point. And then Marina Rodriguez, her tie clinch game is elite. Okay, we seen what she did to Michelle Waterson. So I mean, yeah, I'm confident on Marina Rodriguez to get the job done. So she's gonna be in my parlay for sure.
I like that pick as well. I like Marina Rodriguez. I like her money line, and I'm surprised they priced her as dog here. So
That is surprising. That
yeah,
really is surprising.
let's keep moving. Rolling down. We got 6'3" tarantula taking on money. Give me my money, boy Kano. Jalen Turner, 28 years of age, much younger, 6 years of age, has a 5-inch reach advantage, which I think is very significant because Moicano does get hit a lot. A lot he gets hit. And I'm worried over here for Moicano. Striking significant striking landed per minute differential 6.02 to 4.41. Once again, significant. So when you add the reach advantage with the volume, it's playing dividend. If you look at the submission average, Jalen Turner has been known to grab a nice dart choke back. Definitely got that in his arsenal. That reach, just perfect grabbing somebody's neck, especially if they're shooting for it, or if he's defending just a clinch or something like that. So Jalen Turner is going to be a very very dangerous fighter in here. If we look at the win percentage, uh, although like I said, he has more of a submission average, only 29% of his total wins are by submission, 71% are knockout. So Jalen Turner can crack. And it's funny, it looks like Renato Moicano has 0% for knockout. I don't know if that's true. We can take a look. And the average time, Renato Moicano does take it a bit longer. If you look at the grappling, in terms of grappling, whether you like it or not, Jalen Turner has 75% takedown defense, and that speaks volume to me. So in a fight where all the physical advantages are favoring Jalen Turner, I'm worried for my boy Renato Moicano. And originally, I wanted to take Renato Moicano. I saw him as almost 2-1 dog plus 200. I said, give it to me. But the more I break down this fight, the more I'm convinced that physically and naturally, Jalen Turner is the better fighter. And I will not disagree with anyone taking Jalen Turner. This is going to be a biased pick because I just love Renato Moicano and I'm going to back him as a dog. Am I going to play that? Not really. Is it a live bet situation? Absolutely. Who's the better fighter? I think it's Jalen Turner, and I will not be mad if anyone is picking Jalen Turner. And in fact, 77% of the public perception are picking Jalen Turner for exactly probably those reasons that I just mentioned. His physicality is good. He knocks out people. He can submit you. He has pretty good uh, defense. And if, the war that he just went through Renato Moicano, I don't know if he's ready for another war. Like, I just personally like Renato Moicano. Shout out to the guy. He has a really fun, entertaining channel. But overall, I think physically and just stylistically, Jalen Turner is the better mixed martial artist and gifted physically. So all the advantage are with Jalen Turner, but I'm still going to back Renato Moicano. Bias pick.
Yeah, 100%. I am so biased in this fight because I love Moicano. I love his content. I think he's a funny guy. Um, but if I have to pick a fighter that I think is truly gonna win is Jalen Turner. He's the more dangerous fighter in this match. The path to victory for Moicano is obviously taking Jalen Turner down and controlling it or finding a submission, right? And can he do that? Yeah, I mean he can. I mean look at the small waist of Jalen Turner. Like he can easily grab onto that and potentially take him down. But it's just the 75% takedown defense for Jalen Turner. That is truly impressive, and the fact that he fought Mateus Gamra in his previous fight, right? And he did surprise. Arguably, he possibly could have even won based off damage. Now, Mateus Gamrot won is because of the control time, right? But look how hard Mateus Gamrot had to struggle to take him down. That's A, right? And B, I think Mateus Gamrot is a better wrestler than Moicano. So, can Moicano take down Jalen Turner? Possibly, right? Because that's truly his path to victory in this fight. But the damage that he's very hittable, right? So the damage that's going to be coming out of Jalen Turner is going to be obviously visually more appealing to the judges at the end of the day, right? If it goes to the scorecards. Now, personally, I don't think it will go to the scorecards. I think Jalen Turner at some point will find a shot that will put out Moicano. And I hope that doesn't happen, but I see it just because Moicano is very hittable. And Jalen Turner has he has a great striking in his arsenal. So yeah, I mean, biasly, I want to root for Moicano, but my pick is Jalen Turner for all the reasons that I mentioned. You're on mute.
Sorry. Yeah, you're right. It logically, if you just looking at just numbers and you look at it objectively, the pick is going to be Jalen Turner. He should be the pick for a lot of people. 77% are picking him. And then real fans of Renato Moicano are backing him just because he's Renato Moicano.
Right.
And we love his content. We love his character ever since he switched up. And he's a fucking dog, bro. He can actually do it.
He's a dog, motherfucker.
Give me my money. Give me my
money,
money.
Moicano, mother. Yeah, I get it. Like I said, I want to root for him because I'm a fan. But logically, I gotta pick Jalen Turner because I think he will find the shot at some point. Moicano is hittable.
Very hittable. Like I said, he absorbs a lot of punches. But yeah,
And, yeah.
let's roll down. Let's roll down. Up next, we have Super Sadiq Yusuf taking on Diego Lopez, and I'm just on the fence on this fight. I'll tell you this right now. I really like both guys, and if you watch my last video, you'll know that I really like Sadiq Yusuf. I go back; we have a history. He was my first ever big play live at a ticket counter. So, and he won me a lot of money. I love that about him. Although he lost me some money in his last fight, but it is what it is. And Diego Lopez, man, how could you hate this guy? He has a beautiful hair. He has great personality. He's a coach for Alexa Grasso, so he has a good MMA mind. Um, Physically, he's a little bit more leaner, more agile. Sadiq Yusuf is a little bit more stocky, more muscular type of guy. Significant striking length per minute is what I really looking at here. 5.72% versus 2.47 for Diego Lopez. And if Diego Lopez thinks he can just run across the ring and bum rush Sadiq Yusuf, I think he has another thing coming. I think the weight is going to be on Sadiq Yusuf because he's coming off a loss. I believe Diego Lopez is coming off a win. Yes, so he's actually on a 2-win streak. Gavin Tucker submission and Pat Sabatini KO. Holy shit, that's a very good win. He did suffer a loss to Mazar Ivilov. And you know what? He did not look bad. He did not look bad at all. He's going to be coming in here as a slight favorite here. Current odds are projected -142. Sadiq Yusuf a +120. The grappling, though, something to pay attention. 62% for Super Sadiq Yusuf. So I'm not really worried in that department, but look at the submission average 5.29% for Diego Lopez. He is a real practitioner, and his submission is up there. So, on the fence, but I will tell you my official pick and my first play of the night Super Sadiq Yusuf, plus money, underdog.
Damn. Yeah, we split on this one. I can't fault you for picking Sadiq Yusuf. I think he's gonna be this week's popular like underdog pick, just because of the striking, right? The striking is obviously on the side of Sadiq Yusuf, and he should be the stronger striker too. Because I mean, just look at this guy. Look at this. He's a fine specimen. Like the way he's built is it's incredible. But I am on the side of Diego Lopez, and I think in terms of I think where he is going to win is most likely a submission. If he takes down Sadiq Yusuf, I think he will find a submission, and I think he will do that. I don't think he's going to stand and bang because he knows he's at a disadvantage here. Just if you're watching this video, Diego Lopez, please don't strike with Sadiq Yusuf. He is going to knock you out. But I think he will try to take him down and if it goes down, he's just going to impose his will down there. He is a great jiu-jitsu. Is he a black belt jiu-jitsu? I gotta double check. But I know he's I think it's either brown or black. He's incredible. His jiu-jitsu game is incredible. He had Movsar Evloev in trouble several times throughout that fight. Pat Sabatini, that's a knockout, and Sabatini is known for that also, just to try to take him down. So I mean, great wins. So far, he looked amazing, and he's teaching Alexa Grasso, right? That's the coach for Alexa Grasso. So I mean, I love Diego Lopez in this fight. Confidence level very low, just because I can see where Sadiq Yusuf can come in and win, and that most likely is going to be a KO, right? If not a KO, I don't even see this going to a distance, to be honest with you. If Sadiq Yusuf wins, he's going to win most likely in round 1 or round 2 KO. That's my prediction for Sadiq Yusuf. If Diego Lopez wins, it's either going to be via decision or a submission, because he's not knocking out Sadiq Yusuf. So, but I do favor slightly Diego Lopez just because of the submission threat that he possesses if this fight potentially goes to the ground, which I think it will. He has 3 rounds to work with. If he survives the first round, right, without getting knocked out, then I think at some point he will take this fight to the ground. So my official pick, Diego Lopez.
Okay, a little bit of split pair on this one, but I'll let the best man win. Like I said, I love Diego Lopez, and it's going to be very sad to see him get knocked out at +400 plus Sadiq Yusuf.
Oh man, hopefully not. But I mean, like I have no bet on this fight, so I'm not even gonna be upset if Diego Lopez does get knocked out because, like I said, Sadiq Yusuf does possess the power. We've seen the way he rocked Edson Barbosa, had him on skates. On skates, it's just Edson Barbosa. Shout out to him. OG, right? Survived and actually managed to win. But I mean, this guy was on skates. So we see the power of Sadiq Yusuf. If he does the same, if he comes in and tries to take the head off of Diego Lopez, then he could. I don't know why I just froze. I had a brain fart moment. I forgot he's fighting Diego Lopez. But if he comes in with the same game plan and tries to take the head off, then he can obviously do so. So I mean, should be a very entertaining fight.
I agree. Let's move forward. Up next, Holly, the preacher's daughter, home taking on Kayla Harrison. Holly, man. Holly, man. We go back, Holly. We go back. In fact, true story. And if you watch my last video, you probably know. True story. I go to the counter. I'm in Atlantic City. I got $3,000 in my hands. And I'm shaking. I'm shaking because I'm about to bet Holly home here. Second biggest bet of my life in cash at the ticket. And I'm looking at the woman and I'm like, who you think is gonna win? She goes like, she was fighting Raquel Pennington. I'll never forget, pre-COVID, 2020. She goes like, I like Rocky here. And I looked at her and said, that's why Holly's gonna win. Holly home. And I hand her the ticket. I hand her the money. And she looking at me like, damn, this kid really about to do it. And I did it. I won. I remember screaming at the top of my lungs. That was fun. That was a very fun time. But yeah, Holly Holm. I've backed Holly Holm in almost most of her fights, to be honest. Um, legend. The first person to knock out Ronda Rousey and just completely, stop that hype train. But 42 years of 42 years young, because it looks like Holly doesn't age. I don't know what she's on. Looks like the girl doesn't age, bro. So whatever she's on, she still got a six pack. She is extremely dedicated. I love Holly. How could you not love Holly? You know what I mean? But Father Time is relentless, and I think it's catching up to her. So Kayla Harrison. If you don't know who Kayla Harrison is, go do a basic YouTube search on Kayla Harrison. You'll know she's extremely well decorated Olympian judo practitioner. She kicked ass in PFL. Yes, she lost her belt to Larissa Pacheco, but Larissa Pacheco is like the second coming of Amanda Nunes, in my opinion. In either case, I think she also was a little bit like she didn't have the motivation, and I don't know what it was, whatever it was, right? But in either case, I think she's very very determined here. She is making her debut on 135, which is her lowest weight. Homegirl was fighting a 155, and she is just brolic as brolic is. Um, yeah, the pick is going to be Kayla Harrison, unfortunately, because I cannot overlook the age difference, and I think I think she's gonna take Holly down really fast. And if she doesn't, though, if she doesn't, a live bet situation, Holly, I'm pressing the button. But I feel like UFC is pushing Kayla Harrison. She is the new, female star. They need something like that. They're gonna be definitely backing her. If it's a close fight, I see a robbery for Kayla Harrison. Like, so don't be surprised. The pick is going to be Kayla Harrison for obvious reasons, and her line a little bit disgusting. I do want to mention that Holly does have 78 percent of takedown defense, and Kayla Harrison is not particularly a good striker. So there is a suspect situation there, because if you look at the significant strikes, we don't have the stats on Kayla, but I'm telling you right now, she's not really known for that. Now, she is coming into the UFC, and if she does take Holly down, she can use her elbows, something that she wasn't able to implement in PFL. So maybe she can be a little bit more aggressive in the octagon versus in the PFL cage. So I'm going to favor Kayla Harrison. She's younger. I think she's physically stronger right now. Didn't go through too much of damage progressively like Holly, but much respect to Holly. I love Holly, man. You know what I'm saying? I feel terrible picking against Holly, but the pick is going to be Kayla Harrison. Um, the odds, what's the odds right now?
I think she's minus 425.
She is currently minus 425. Yeah. So that's going to be my pick. Kayla Harrison. I'm interested to see her on the scale because, like I said, it's going to be her first time making the 135 in a long time. So, yeah. What about you, my friend?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you literally nailed it. I do want to see how she looks on the scale because she's cutting down a lot. She's a big girl. you
Big
know.
gal.
No, she's a big girl. If she looks good on the scale, I mean, I'll put her in a parlay for sure. I mean, I'm still just holding off just because I want to see how she looks like.
Facts.
Holly Holm, true veteran, decorator. Like kudos to as much as she accomplished. But as you mentioned, father time. I mean, that age 42, it just catches up to you. Although she looks amazing, but I mean, 42. She's been through a lot. We have a younger girl, 33 years old. UFC is trying to push her. She's a problem. Olympian, right? Gold Olympian in judo, and she's strong. So I mean, yeah, she has everything she needs to win, right? But for some reason, if she does not take Holly down, and this ends up in terms of like a striking match, it becomes a 50-50. Live bet situation. If you see Holly just out jabbing Kayla, just go on Holly's side at that point. Just catch the underdog money. But for now, the pick is Kayla Harrison. I think she will look good on the scale. I mean, she's a professional. I think she'll meet that weight. She'll look good. She's strong. She has judo. I mean, yeah, I gotta back her up. She has age. That's on her side too. So yeah, hard for me to back up a 42-year-old Holly Holm, who I think is just absolutely phenomenal in what she has accomplished thus far. But yeah, I'm going with the youth. I'm going with Kayla Harrison to get the job done.
Facts. But even if it's gonna go down to the decision, guys, like I said, I smell some rotten.
If it's a close fight, they might rob her because I mean they're not
Excellent.
gonna push a 42-year-old Holly home because they know that the root.
Yeah.
I mean, how high can she go at this point? She's not going for the belt, right?
No,
Kayla
she's
Harrison potentially can. So
she
yeah,
can. She can. So yeah, let's go. Moving down the line, we have Aljamain Sterling making his debut at the featherweight division 145, taking on. By now, you guys already know who this guy is. Calvin Cater. It's going to be a good fight. He is a phenomenal striker. Not very, not particularly known for his wrestling, but, he's a clean technical striker, boxer, if you will, coming off a very, very bad injury. I believe it was, what was his ACL torn, some shit. But yeah, if you look at the statistics, 5.12 significant strike landed per minute versus 4.7 Algio. The significant accuracy is Algio. When Algio hits, he commits to hitting and he's very precise with his striking. The wrestling is probably going to be the story over here. We know Aljamain Sterling as the human backpack. He averages only, though, 1.97 takedowns out of a boatload of takedowns. So, yes, he's known for it, but he doesn't usually get it. His accuracy is only 24%. So, he is not Merab Dvalishvili. If Merab goes for 12 takedowns, you better believe he's getting 10 or 11 takedowns, if not all of it. So he has to shoot 12 takedowns just to get one, which is crazy. But if you look at Calvin Cater, well-rounded mixed martial artist, 91% takedown defense. So it's going to be very interesting here. My initial pick was Aljamain Sterling way back when he was at even money. Currently, he is sitting at a comfortable 162 to 180 range, depending on the book that you're shopping. Kelvin Cater has assumed an underdog position in here. I think Aljamain Sterling wins, but Aljamain Sterling wins by decision plus 120. But at that point, it's scary because he could grab a submission. So I would just say if you are gonna play Aljo at this particular moment, it is is a small parlay stab, but he should win this fight if you ask me. So confidence level 7 out of 10. I just think Calvin Caden has been through a lot of wars, a lot of damage, a lot of injury, and perfect spot for Aljo to debut and get his win. What about you, my boy?
Yeah, 100%, man. We're on the same side on this one. Give me the human backpack to get the job done. Calvin Qatar has great defense, but he is coming off a nasty injury, as you mentioned. He tore his ACL in the right knee. That is pretty brutal. Long time out of the octagon. It's gonna be a little rusty. But he does have good striking. Very good striking, good head movement. His boxing is top notch, right? But I like I like the human backpack in the spot. I think he's going to take the back at some point. I mean, he implements that game plan in almost every fight. He has great leg kicks, which I think is going to come into an effect and open up some openings for him to take Qatar down at some point and take his back. And then by doing so, he'll take some of the power of the shots, right? Because he'll be guarding his leg. He's coming off the injury. He doesn't want to get the injury again. But yeah, I mean, Aljo is moving up, so I mean, I don't know. I do got to see him how he's gonna look on the scale, but he should look good because he usually cuts down a lot of weight to even to meet the requirement, right? In his previous weight class, he used to cut a lot of weight,
A
so
lot.
it shouldn't be a too much of a problem. And if anything, he should be looking even better, right? That's what I'm hoping for. So yeah, I mean, I love the human backpack in the spot. I think he's gonna get the job done. Also confident on him, 65, 70% confidence on him to get the job done. Yeah, I mean, I'm most likely going to include him in the parlay and hope he just takes that back and just starts doing what he does, trying to find a submission or just hang on that back, hang on the back until the third round. I'm okay with that too. Take a decision for all I care. But
Yep,
yeah,
that's what
give me the human pack back.
so pretty much on the same side here, thinking the same way. Right, let's move forward. The hell did I say? Let's move forward.
What's that?
Let's move forward, ladies and gentlemen. Up next, we have Yuri Prohaska taking on the returning Alexander Rakic. Um, 6'3" for Yuri, 6'4" for Alexander Rakic. We haven't seen him in 2 years, ever since he blew out that knee. He's 32 years of age now. I think he lost a lot of time, a lot of beautiful, vital, pivotal moments of his life for 2 years that he's been out. I think he could have arguably been a champion at this point. He was looking really good. Yuri is riding a 2-inch reach advantage and I don't want to know. I don't know if it's significant enough, but it's definitely noticeable striking differential. He does throw more volume than Alexander Rakic. Rakic is a little bit more of a reserved counter striker, but does have a powerful over right hand, and he's comfortable up just keeping the distance and throwing the leg kicks. Although coming off that injury, I don't know how he's going to be throwing those leg kicks. So you got me there. Of Yuri Prohaska is coming off a loss to Alex Pereira. So there's that. We already know that part. The takedown defense for Alexander Rakic is noticeable. It's around 90%. So it is what it is. I don't really see a wrestling type of bout in here. I think it's going to be a nice striking outing, but I just don't know how Alexander Rakic is going to look. I don't know how Yuri Prohaska is going to look. If anything, I believe there's a better momentum swing on Yuri as a bounce back pick, because I don't think Yuri is trash. Like, I don't think Yuri's going to lose back to back. You know what I'm saying? So if any inclination, I'm probably going toward Yuri, but it's a pick 'em fight. I'm not very confident. The current odds are, like, you can see, plus 100 for Yuri, minus 120 for Alexander Rakic. Very, very close fight. And I just don't like picking people coming off a big injury, and I think that was a big injury, a very substantial injury. So the pick is Yuri, and it's the lowest confident pick I have in this card. What about you,
Yeah,
my guy?
yeah, man, 100%. Um, I mean, Alexander Rakic is coming over he tore his ACL, right? So, and then, yeah, I don't know. This is hard. It's hard for me to pick because you have Yuri, who's a madman, who just goes in there, goes into the ring. He eats a punch to give a punch, right? I mean, that Viking looking madman. You know, that's what he is. I feel like any fight he's gonna go into, he's gonna level out the field by making a 50-50. It's just if Rakic wasn't coming off the horrible injury, I most likely would have been on the side of Rakic. But I don't know how he's gonna look like. It's been a long time out of the ring. I
The
mean,
funny thing is that the fact that he is coming off an injury and the fact that it's still a pick'em really tells you how much bookies are really valuing Rakic as a fighter.
right. And,
So
and that's what I'm saying. If he wasn't of that
he
injury,
would have
he
been a
would have been
favorite.
more. He would have been not only would he have been a favorite, but he would have been my pick
Maybe,
confidently.
yeah, maybe
You
2 to
know,
1 favorite.
yeah, I would have been on the side of Rakic, but I don't know how he's gonna look like. I don't know how he looks like after the injury. I don't know how he's gonna look he's gonna be skeptical. You know, nobody wants the same injury again, so it's gonna be a reluctancy there. And Yuri, you know, he's gonna do what he does best. He's just gonna go in there and just get in your face and make it a brawl. Okay, I don't see this being any wrestling match. This is a striker's delight. It's gonna be at the end of the day. So I don't know. Although if Rakic does implement wrestling, right? Maybe that will be his path to victory if he somehow takes down, you know, Yuri and just starts, you know, working the ground game. I don't know. Maybe that's his path to victory. But I have no confident
25%
pick.
takedown accuracy.
Yeah, I know. He's not really known for that also.
They're
Yeah, I don't
not
know,
submi-
man.
they're not submission artists.
This is not like it's not really a bettable fight because it could go either way. We don't, you know, Yuri can come in there and start swinging bombs and get a, you know, knockout. We don't know how Rakic is gonna look like after the injury. Maybe he comes in there looking better than ever, or he's not. Who knows? So yeah, hard to pick, hard to bet on this fight, but
Fight starts
should
round
be
2 minus
entertaining.
280. What?
See, even that is like scary. I don't know.
Fight
Like
starts round 2. Fight starts round 2. What?
yeah, I don't know, man. That wouldn't even be my confident pick at all. What is the
Oh,
odds on that? Plus what?
minus 280.
Minus 280? Yeah, I don't know.
What?
Just enjoy this fight and just look and see this madman come in and start swinging bombs, okay? That's all it is.
All right, let's move forward. And up next, we have the UFC 300 pay-per-view opener, and I want you to hold me accountable. Take out your watch and watch how fast I'm going to say this pick, okay? The pick is Bo Nickel, but I don't know, and who cares because he's minus 2100, and it's disrespectful to every single fighter under because I don't think Bo Nickel and Cody Brundage should be on pay-per-view and starting that. So, yeah, I'm done. Emotional rant.
Yeah, I feel you. Cody Brundage by KO. No, stop. Let me stop. No, stop. I am so kidding. I am so kidding. Don't take that with seriousness. Yeah, no, I agree. This is
You basically said if plus 1,000 is not enough money line, plus 2,000 is even better.
you know, all jokes aside, I mean that is such a crazy odds. But I mean, there's no way that's gonna happen. I mean,
It's his only path to victory.
yeah, Bull Nickel should win this fight. This I agree with you. This is so disrespectful to so many other fighters that's on this card way below, and any one of those fighters could have been in this spot.
Easy.
The fact that they took Cody Brundage, I don't even know how he made UFC 300. Maybe they put him there on purpose to get our emotions up because I'm like, I even talking about this, I'm already riled up. I'm like, man, this guy doesn't even deserve to be in the UFC, and he's on the UFC 300 fighting Bo Nickel on the main card. Who the hell would have thought? Honestly, who would have thought about that? But Dana White did. So, yeah, Bo Nickel round 1. You know,
Yeah.
KO or submission. I don't see this leaving the first round. Out of curiosity, though, what is fight to start round 2? Just out of curiosity.
You
Let's say Cody Brundage finally got some fight IQ. He was eating eggs for breakfast.
Plus
His IQ
150.
went up, huh?
Plus 150.
Oh, it's not
Not
even
even
juicy
enough.
enough to
Yeah.
get me excited
If it
about
was
that.
plus
No.
300, I would consider
Yeah,
taking a chance.
I would entertain that. I would entertain that. Plus
Yeah.
150, if you get that. Bo Nichols should get this fight out in the first round. I mean, they gave him a sacrificial lamb to further build his name. Although Cody, the sad part is, I think Cody Brundish has all the tools to be a good fighter. The only thing he doesn't have is a good fight IQ. He never did. That's the only thing and I think I don't see him coming in with against Bo Nickel with a better fight IQ that he has been showing us. So forget this, man. This let's move on. This is an upsetting fight. Bo Nickel round one.
Let's go. And finally, we are getting to the cream of the crop, guys. I mean, if those fights didn't get you excited, now it's time to get excited. Charles Oliveira taking on Arman Sarukian is a fantastic fight, and I love this guy. I love both of these guys actually. I like Charles Oliveira. I bet him huge confidently against Justin Gaethje when they unjustly took away his title. I bet on Arman Sarukian, so I like both of these guys. This is a good fight. I believe this could be considered as a title eliminator, and I really think Arman Sarukian is just on top of his game right now. And Charles Oliveira, I think he reached his peak. You know what I mean? He was like coming up to himself, and then he went to 155. He basically burst out a new career. He became a champion. Good for him. But yeah, I'm gonna, I was on the fence with this fight, and I'm still on the fence. And I hope you can clarify. One of my friends from FanDuel, he's extremely confident with Arman Sarukian, with the simple fact that if he knocks down Charles Oliveira, or if he gets him down, he's not gonna be afraid to engage with Charles Oliveira. Whereas many of his last opponents, Chandler, Portier, Justin Gaethje, they all had reservation when they fought Charles to go to the ground with him. So they would allow him to recover. So although they would stun him, they would never commit going down because they were always afraid of that submission threat, because this man has a lot of wins by submission. If you look over here, his win percentage is 62% by submission. I mean, find me another fighter that has 62% by submission. Whereas, Arman Sarukian is a little bit more well-rounded. He has KO, he has submission, he has decision. I'm not saying Oliveira can't knock people down. We saw the man was knocking people down. But yeah, I'm gonna say Arman with a major star, a major asterisk. I love Charles Oliveira, and I will be rooting for Charles Oliveira in my heart. Yeah, that's where I see this. I like fight starts round two a lot here, like a lot. I don't know why, but I do like it a lot. Let me see. Although, man, Charles Oliveira, he's a madman. Lately he's been just coming out there to finish fights. Like that, he doesn't want to stay in there. Like the over under, it's very juicy. I like it. Fight starts round two minus 200 is a good stabber, in my opinion. But once again, I don't know. It's a very close fight. Like both men have a chance, but there's an argument for both sides. But I think the right arguments are for Arman. He's coming into his prime, 27 years of age. The only other fighter to give Islam Makhachev problems. The only other fighter that can give Islam Makhachev problems at 155. He has all the tools to be a champion. He has a phenomenal record. The guy is 21-3 record. Charles 34-9. So this is a litmus test for him. This is the final test. Can you be the champion that you think you are? And if he gets past Oliveira in a, I would say dominant fashion, I think he should be given a chance against Islam in Abu Dhabi later this year. Yeah.
My bad. Such a great fight, but so hard to pick a side because I am a fan of both. I love Do Bronx, Charles. Armin Sarukian is a monster. It is so hard to pick a fighter. Here's the thing. I will
The
pick.
champion has a
I,
name, and his name is Charles Oliveira.
the champion does have a name, and I think it's Armin Sarukian. Okay.
Ooh.
Um, I
Ooh.
think I think Sarukian is gonna win. You brought up a good valid point is the fact that he will not be afraid to chase him down if he knocks him down. Other fighters that the Charles fought were afraid to take it to the ground because they know the threat that Charles Oliveira possesses on the ground, right? But Armin Sarukian is not a slump on the ground. Can he get submitted? Yeah, obviously. I mean, this is Charles Oliveira. He can pull a magic submission out of his head at any point in the fight, right? But Armin Sarukian is not a slump. You know, he gave Islam Makhachev the business. You know, that went to a competitive distance, right? He will not be afraid to engage in this fight in terms of striking and grappling. I don't see him being afraid of that. So that gives him a little bit of an edge. And if it goes past the first round, I mean, I favor Sarukian even more after that. You know, but Charles Oliveira is definitely a dangerous fighter. More dangerous fighter, more dangerous. He's a dangerous fighter in this fight. Um, but Sarukian should hopefully come through for me because I did pick him. I did put him in a parlay, so I will openly admit that. You know, the odds were good. You know, this fight is whoever you pick in this fight, you can make an argument for. That's what it comes down to. They're both amazing. You know, Oliveira obviously more accomplished. But Sarukian is the next level. He's the next generation. And I think he should come through.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. So let's move down. Oh boy. And now we reach top three. This is the BMF title on the line. You know, you can say whatever you want about the title, but it's still a title. Justin Gaethje taking on Blast Max Holloway, and I think this fight is fireworks. I mean, the volume that these both gentlemen throw is just out of this world. And Justin Gaethje, you can say whatever the hell you want to say. Justin Gaethje has been looking phenomenal in his last two fights. A little bit of rocky before that, but beautiful decision win against Rafael Fiziev, where I took him live plus 180 for 23 units. And yes, I did that. I did fuck up over here. I took Dustin Poirier, but I doubted him. But a KO head kick to Dustin Poirier, phenomenal. So I think this is his like last resurgence. He's not getting any younger. He definitely needs to make a case for the title. But I'm not hating this fight. This is a good fight. He's gonna get paid, and he's gonna get paid pretty well. Um, I think all the risk is on Max Holloway moving up in weight. He has done it before. He fought Dustin for the interim title. So the fact that he's fighting Justin, who's I believe much more vicious against in this particular situation. But yeah, I feel like this is a good battle. And as much as I have praised for Justin, I have so much love for Max Bless Holloway, and this is a such a biased pick. I think on paper the pick is Justin, and the line of minus 170 is there. But I just have to understand why they priced Max at plus 142 and not more. Why did they? Why isn't Justin even touching minus 200? I think that's because Max is a big boy. He's gonna match uh, uh, Justin pretty well. Justin is not like a thick guy, so not as muscular as um, Dustin Poirier, but Max really took his time in here. He put a full camp in here. He did all the science and all the metrics, and I think he put the weight naturally. He's gonna look good. I do want to see him on the scale because he is a bit scrawny. You know what I mean? And in a normal fight, I'll be picking um Justin here, but I want to see Max Holloway on the scale. If I see what I see and I see what I like, the pick is gonna be Max Holloway as the underdog, and I might sprinkle some change on this fight just for the fuck of it.
Hey, let's go. We are on the same page, baby. Max Holloway is he's my underdog of the card. Like he's my favorite underdog. Um, I think I don't know. You know what's so crazy? I didn't even look at the stats on this one. I knew Max Holloway has a high significant strikes landed and significant accuracy, but I never knew that Justin Gaethje is a little higher. I didn't even know that his output is that high. I know he hits hard,
He throws.
and but I didn't realize that it was that high of a number.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which kind of changes the game a little bit for me. But
Yeah.
I'm still riding with Max. I think Max is he's such a good boxer. I mean, his fight with Calvin Qatar, in which he looked at the announcer and said, "I'm the best boxer," and he still managed. He threw that punch while not even looking at Calvin. That was so badass. I became a huge fan of Max Holloway since then. I mean, I knew he was amazing before, but when I seen that, that was so impressive. And I think what he had like over like 400 strikes, right? He set a record
Yeah.
at that point that fight. That's incredible. I mean that will forever be like just a wow factor for me. But
Yeah.
Justin Gaethje is amazing. He looked good as you mentioned in his last two fights, including his last one against Dustin Poirier, where he did a kick KO right to the head. So that good for him. That was an impressive win. He hits hard, but I don't know, man. Maybe this is a little bit of a biased pick, but I love Max. I love Max in the spot. I think he's going to deliver, and I'm confident. And my confidence comes a little bit from just me being biased on here. But I love Max. I think I definitely backing him up. I hope he wins.
Yeah, yeah, same thing. I like Max a lot. I'm a big fan. Um, Even took Max against Volkanovski in their very first fight, believe it or not. But that's because I didn't know who Volkanovski was. I'll be honest with you. But yeah, his only loss in his last 5 fights is Volkanovski in the trilogy fight. Besides that, he beat everybody. Yair, he beat Calvin Cater, he beat Arnold Allen, the up and coming guy, and he just knocked out the Korean Zombie, send him to retirement. So I like Max. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, he's a big boy, like he said. He's a big boy for
And
155.
we're getting him at underdog odds,
Yeah,
so
you
it's
have to take
that's
it.
even juicier. So tempting not to back him up in
I
this
do.
fight.
I'm gonna be reserved. I haven't played this officially. I'm gonna wait for the weigh-ins and the ceremonial face-offs to really see what the hell is going on before I place the bet.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
can't blame you.
I think we broke it down. So let's move forward. In the co-main event, we have the first time I've ever seen a Chinese fighter versus a Chinese fighter, and it's gonna be Weili Zhang taking on Yan Jianan, the fellow countrywoman. 5'4" to 5'5", 34 years apiece, 63 identical reach, volume. They both throw volume, although I'm going to give the accuracy to Wei Zhang and the numbers reflected. I also think the more powerful shots are Wei Zhang. The takedown average is going to favor Wei Zhang. The accuracy of takedown is going to favor Wei Zhang. She has 66% defense versus 72 Yan Jianan, which is very noticeable. But Weili Zhang, uh, the ever practitioner that she is, she went with Henry Cejudo, really honed down that wrestling. So I think her game is up there now. And yeah, it's gonna be Weili Zhang. I think the numbers are just ridiculous. The current odds have Weili Zhang like a lot. DraftKings have her up minus 485 at this point, which is craziness. Um, yeah, the pick is Weili Zhang. How can you not pick Weili Zhang? She's just a powerful ninja like. Remember my name, Weili Zhang, man. I don't know. That's it. I like Weili Zhang. I think she has what it takes, but Yang Jinan, bro. Yang Jinan. Never know.
But the pick is Weili Zhang.
The pick is Weili Zhang, obviously.
Okay.
But
Yeah, we're
I don't agree on the price tag though. I think it's crazy.
okay. So I am on the side of Weili Zhang as well. And I'm actually more confident in her, I think, than you are.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
I want to say something. It is a
Yeah.
women's title fight in right before the co-main event. Stay away from this fight. Don't bet this fight. Don't put anything on this fight. Take a break. Just go have fun and come back to it. But I feel like we might see like a mixed martial arts movie. It's gonna be crazy.
You really think it's gonna play out like that?
It might come to a beautiful match. Like it might, you know what it might come down to? It might come down to like a fight that she has with Joanna Jędrzejczyk. Just something in my stomach is telling me like it might be a lot closer than we think. It might go 5 rounds. Like it might just go because they're gonna put it on. Like this is their time to. This is the display of Chinese martial arts, and yes, female martial arts, but still, it's gonna be on the highest level of levels. You know what I'm saying? And it's 2 of them going down. Like they're gonna be like really fighting for it. You know what I mean? Because
mean,
Yang Jinan is never getting a title shot if she loses right now. This is guaranteed. And Weili Zhang, bro, she loses. I mean, that's just crazy. Yeah.
Bro, Weili Zhang is a little strong pit bull.
Yeah.
Okay. She is so strong. I think this is why I'm so confident on her. I mean, stats wise, if you just look at the stats wise, you'd be like, you know what? It's they look like they matched up very well. But what differentiates them is the strength, the physical strength that is on the Weili Zhang side is way more than on Yan Jinan. Weili Zhang is picking up Shaq, okay, with ease. Yan Jinan is not. Weili Zhang came in with Amanda Lemos and pretty much just did whatever she wanted to Amanda Lemos. And I'm high on Amanda Lemos. Weili Zhang beat Carla Esparza, who Carla Esparza beat Yan Jinan. So that's not a good look already. I think everything is leaning towards Weili Zhang. I am so confident on Weili Zhang. I really do see this coming in, like this fight, they're both coming in, and Weili Zhang is just ragdolling Yan Jinan. I don't know why, but in my mind, in my image, I just see her ragdolling Yan Jinan. And Yan Jinan is tough. I'm not saying she's not tough, right? This should be a very exciting fight. It's the first Chinese versus Chinese co-main event, right? So obviously, for all of that, it should be very, very entertaining and excitement. But I really do believe this is going to be a one-side ass whooping. Weili Zhang is going to be delivering. If this goes to the scorecard, it's going to be a unanimous decision. Or Weili Zhang takes it out by a KO at some point. I just see just getting her in the crucifix and just elbowing. I don't know, something. But her physical strength is far more than that of Yan Jinan. So I'm confident in Weili Zhang. She's in my parlay. I'm playing her. So yeah.
I feel you, bro. I feel you. I'm not gonna deter you from that pick, and your confidence is coming over this way because I don't know. I like Weili Zhang, but she let me down when she got knocked out by Rose Namajunas with a head kick in the first round.
I know, but
I will never forgive you.
Rose was that. She was that beat at that time. She was that beat.
Never forgive you.
Okay, Rose. Okay, you're Rose is nice. You acting like Rose is not nice. No, Rose is nice. Okay,
she's nice.
She's nice. I mean, she's still doing it, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, this is not a terrible loss.
I think it's a good. I think it's a good fight. I just like co-main event is. It's a big spot.
It's a big spot, but
yeah. And UFC 300 of all cards, like It's just I don't know. It's just
A lot of pressure. A lot
a
of
lot of
pressure.
pressure. In any
But
case,
more pressure for Yan Janan.
yeah, for real. All right, let's move forward. We did it. It's the main event. It's Alex Pereira versus Jamal Sweet Dreams Hell. This is for the undisputed UFC light heavyweight strap. We have the current champion, Alex Pereira, who just beat Yuri Prohaska not too long ago, defending his strap against the returning former champion or current champion, depending on how you look at it. I think he's still a champion, Jamal Hill. 12-1 Jamal Hill, 9-2 for Alex Pereira. So they're not even like years in the game. You know what I mean? They're relatively but they're just constantly fighting, which is amazing. They're both 6'4". I think the true light heavyweight is Jamal Hill. I think he's a much bigger, thicker human being here. Their reach is pretty the same. I mean, this is a great matchup. For those of us who thought this was not going to be a good fight, shame on all of us, but not me. I've been excited about this ever since it got announced. And to be honest, off the rip, I jumped on Jamal Hill and I said, that's the pick. I love Jamal Hill. He's a lion. He's a warrior. He's going to come in here and he's just going to beat the shit out of Alex Pereira. Then I said, you know what? Let me look at what I think is his best thing. And these numbers are lies, by the way. 70% takedown defense for Alex Pereira. Been he has never been taken down by the likes of Jamal Hill. Okay. So we're really gonna see. Although what's really scares me is Jamal Hill saying, I'm gonna knock the fuck out. I'm gonna kill this guy. Which is scaring me because if I'm Jamal Hill, I would be more patient, resilient, and just take this guy down and ground and pound him, not stand and bang with him because Alex Pereira is a dangerous, well decorated striker. We already know that. There's nothing that we don't know about this fight. I'm just excited about this fight. The odds have Jamal Hill as a slight underdog plus 114. I think he went up just a bit. A little bit more money is coming in Alex Pereira. Um, I'm not that confident in my pick anymore as I was a month ago. I'm still going to say Jamal Hill just because it's a biased pick. But I do have a play in this. And the play is fight starts round 2. And I don't give a shit. Yeah,
Wow.
that's it.
Love the pick.
Yeah.
I love the pick. I love the pick. No, I love your prop pick. I don't like your fight pick. Just because I'm on the side of Alex Pereira. So but you are right. Jamal Hill is the more natural light heavyweight. He has the body. He looks bigger. He has more mass on him, right? Whether it's a combination of just muscle and fat, but he still has it. He looks the part, right? Alex Pereira moved up, became the champion, looks phenomenal. But the reason why I'm picking Alex Pereira is because Jamal Hill is coming off Achilles tendon injury. That's one. B, Alex Pereira does have some nasty leg kicks, right? So if he starts attacking the legs, I feel like which he will, he's gonna find that the shot for a KO a lot faster. I mean, he's amazing, kickboxer. But Jamal Hill just possesses the raw power, right? So I mean, can Jamal Hill knock out Alex Pereira if he finds that shot? Possibly. But I don't see that happening. I see Alex Pereira chewing up the legs and eventually finding his shots, on just standing and just getting that chin. I mean, I don't know. I'm confident in Alex Pereira to win, but not confident enough to bet on this fight. Okay, so I gotta be 100%. I cannot bet. Although your prop bet of the fight to start round 2 is very enticing, and I would most likely play that instead of choosing money line on
Fight starts
any of these
round
fighters.
2. is currently minus 300. I think that went up, right? It was minus 280 yesterday.
Yeah, I think so. I think it did
A
go up
lot of
because
people
I
thinking
think
the way I'm
people
thinking.
are jumping on it. People are
Yeah.
jumping on it. But yeah, I mean, for the purpose of the show, I am picking Alex Pereira, and I'm more of an Alex Pereira fan, so maybe there's some a little biasy in there as well with my pick, right? But I mean, this is a coin flip of a fight, if you really ask me. Jamal Hill has the KO power, he has the raw power, and he can knock out Alex Pereira, and vice versa. Alex Pereira can knock him out and chew his legs apart and ending the fight like that. So I don't know. Give me Pereira to win by KO.
Lots of love for Alex Pereira, 71% public perception, 29% for Jamal Hill. Give me the small chunk of change, and I won the robbery. Give me Jamal Hill, baby. Money to the bank.
Can't fault you. Can't fault you for picking that pick.
Anyway, we did it. We did it. This is a big card. It's going to be phenomenal. I just want to give a message to everybody. Number one, do not blow your budget. Number two, do not blow your budget. Number three, do not blow your budget, because you might want to get excited. You're going to be taking a couple of shots, a couple of beers. You're going to be feeling na na na. You got your phone next to you. You're going to start putting bets. You're going to start losing bets. You're going to start chasing. Stop.
Hmm.
If you go in with a game plan, execute, and if not, fine, regroup and get back on it. There's going to be some good nights. There's going to be some bad nights. I think this fight just overall is so good that betting should be secondary, and watching and living in the moment and enjoying the UFC 300 and the spectacular that it is should be the primary here. So, got my UFC hat. I'm just going to go in as a fan. I do have a couple of plays. I will have a show Friday. I hope you can join me for the best picks post weigh-in show. It's going to be very fast, 15 minutes, bomb, bomb, bomb. We're just going to go right through the picks. And that's it. And we're gonna, hopefully you'll have a good night. Make sure you like, subscribe to our channel, help us grow. And if you didn't watch my last video, I am giving away $300, but you got to get me to 500 subs. Oh, shit.
Nah, that was a good message. That was a good message. Just enjoy the fights. Enjoy with your loved ones. If you betting, bet very smartly. Bet only as much as you can bet. Don't chase. You're watching this more for the entertainment purposes, and it will deliver. It's a very stacked card, very entertaining card from the very first fight all the way to the main event. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I will join you on Friday to show the official place that we have placed. So stay tuned, for that. Like, subscribe, show some love, and on my end, peace and love.
Yeah. Later, yeah.
All right.